Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to share with you how you can get started using tapping, also known as Emotional Freedom Technique or EFT. I'm Amanda Collins and I'm a wellness practitioner and wellbeing coach, and I run my own clinic, Restoring Balance Wellness Clinic, down in Dorking in Surrey, where I see clients both in person and online. Tapping is one of my most favourite powerful techniques that I use both on myself but also to help clients resolve a range of different issues, from reducing stress levels and anxiety to helping with chronic pain, limiting beliefs, even weight control, to name but a few. Tapping therapy is based on a combined principle of ancient Chinese acupressure points and modern psychology. So with your fingers, you very gently tap on certain meridian endpoints on the body. Now, what that does is it helps calm down the nervous system, and it helps rewire our brain so it responds in healthier ways, and it restores the body's natural energy balance. So first, let me just show you a few of the points. When we start tapping, we always start with a setup round. And this is on what we call the karate chop point, where we tap with our fingers. And this is where we can reconnect with how we're feeling. Now, it doesn't matter which hand you use. You can even change sides halfway through. And we say this setup phrase 3 times. So even though I feel so da 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 da, that's where you put in how you're feeling. So it could be, even though I'm feeling so anxious, I honour how I feel and I'm okay. Or we could say, even though I feel so scared when I think about my finances, I love and honour myself and I accept how I feel. Or even though I feel much guilt, so much guilt, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, you may have noticed that when I said the setup round, I always start with even though. So it's a case of even though, and then you fill in your feeling, but we always end with that acceptance round. So for example, I'm okay, or I love and honour myself and accept how I feel, or I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now, this is important to say to ourselves. So it's, even though we have this issue, whatever that issue is, I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. For some people, they find it difficult to say that they love themselves at first. So you can say, I'm okay. And that's a good place to start. So when we've done our 3 setup phases, we start with tapping on the points. So I'm just going to show you the basic points today. So we're going to just start with the eyebrow point, and that's just where the hair starts to grow. And we tap about 7 times, but we're not counting. And then side of the eye, just where that dip is, where that temple is, and you tap there. Underneath your eye, and that's right underneath where the iris is, centre of your eye. And then underneath the nose, right in that midline, right where that little dimple is. And also underneath your mouth, just under your lip. We then do the collarbone. So if you follow the bony bit down, and then you come down just a little bit, and you press there, you find a little bit, of a sore point. So we can tap there. So we can tap there with both hands, one hand. It doesn't really matter. Yeah. Next, we tap underneath our arm. So if you're wearing a bra, it's actually on the bra strap line, or it's about a hand's width down from your armpit. And you say, we can tap one hand or the other hand, or my favourite one sometimes is I do my chicken wings and I tap both sides at the same time. So the last point of our basic round is on the head, on the midline. So again, you can just tap one hand or both hands, but just make sure it's on that midline. So just to recap, we start off with the setup round where we do the karate chop point with our fingers. This is where we're reconnecting with how we feel. We then move through the different tapping points while we're saying a truth round, where we're acknowledging how we feel, and we start to begin to release that anxiety as we tap through the points. We then continue with saying some positive rounds. And this helps, we make suggestions, and this helps repattern our thoughts. So we just do that as we're going through all the different tapping points. So remember that at the beginning, before you start to tap, and afterwards, we check our intensity from a level of 0 to 10. And remember, any shift downwards in that intensity is moving in the right direction. So if it's still higher or the same level, you can repeat the tapping to bring it down, and just sort of like start paying attention to your own thoughts as you tap. So tapping helps us repattern the habits of our mind and our nervous system, because when we calm down our nervous system with the tapping, we can be more present and more in the now and approach any situation from a grounded and empowered place. So you may have noticed that some people like, when they do their tapping, just use 2 fingers. Some do all the fingers, and it really doesn't matter. Some do 1 hand at a time or both hands at the time. All of these are correct, yeah? So it doesn't matter. You know, you might be following different people and you'll see different people doing it different ways, and that's all fine, yeah? So as long as we're on the points, either 1 hand or the other hand, then that's okay. When we are doing the tapping, we use different words. So as I said, we've done that setup round, even though I feel whatever it is, I love and accept myself. And then we just do, as I say, those truth rounds. And it's important at this point a lot of my clients say, well, I don't know which words to use. And then they worry about if they're saying the right words or not. So another nice way to do it is that when you've done your setup round, you can just actually talk through the problem. So don't worry about the different words, but just as you were telling a friend, so even though I've got all this anxiety and it really makes me feel ill and I just don't know how to cope, and I always seem to be worrying about the same things and nothing ever gets better, you know, but this always seems to be happening to me. You can just literally talk through them like you were having a conversation with somebody. So that's one way to do it. If you're really stressed at this moment in time and those anxious thoughts are already in you, you don't even have to worry about a setup round, because your body is already knowing what state you're in. And if you can't think of any words, it doesn't matter. You can just do all the tapping on all the different points silently. Yeah, and just work through them that way, and that's okay too. Yeah, so don't get worried about it, just play with it, have fun with it. I've put up on my YouTube channel some little tapping meditations that you can follow along to. Also the tappingsolution.com, they are brilliant. I love all of theirs. You can download their app and you can follow some of theirs as well. And remember, if anything comes up for you while you are tapping with yourself and you would like to go deeper and need to work with a practitioner, remember you can always work with me one-to-one, and you'll find more information about that at my website, restoringbalance.org.uk. So keep tapping, tap every single day, have fun with it, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.